Welcome to the Black American channel of the free and the brave. Now today, guys, I have found out that the president of Tuskegee University, which was founded by Booker T. Washington in the late 1800s, has come in and reinforced a dress code. And I say reinforced because I was looking through a lot of different videos and people think this is a new thing, but no, Tuskegee already had a dress code on the books. It had just become way too relaxed to the point where a new president had to come in and put his foot down. And you know, the Black community is upset and in an uproar because anytime we're held accountable and criticized in any way, there's a problem. Now, I have 4 points that I want to go over and let you guys know why this is a great thing that's happening and something that needs to be implemented for the forever future moving forward in order to help us out in our community. Before I do get into that, make sure you give me the HBO special, guys. Just to help a brother out special. Give me a like, subscribe, and hype this video. Now, the first video I'm going to be reacting to is by none other than Roland Martin. Now, it's weird that I agree with him, but you know, if he agrees with this, then you know it's a big deal. Without further ado, let's get into it.
All right, y'all. Tuskegee's new president has updated the university manual, and that includes a dress code. President Dr. Mark A. Brown sent out a welcome letter to students outlining the new policy and behavioral standards for the academic school year. Dear Tuskegee University students, we're excited to welcome you to Tuskegee University next month as you are arriving at an extraordinary time in the university's history. Tuskegee has entered its Renaissance era of transformation and renewal, and we are expecting a 32-year new student enrollment high in August.
I love how he said Renaissance era. That makes it sound like he is on a mission to improve everything about this university. And of course, one of the first things he has done is implemented this dress code, because I won't get into it yet, but let's continue.
Tuskegee is focused on challenging you academically with resources to ensure graduation while preparing you for the workplace. You're required to find internships in their area of interest, identify certifications to enhance professional skills, and develop a resume. There are more than 30 certifications you can get at Tuskegee at no additional cost. You must also visit the University Career Center in Kinney Hall. It is there where you'll be able to connect with potential employers, internships, and learn more about career opportunities long before your senior year.
I love how you said you must. Like, this is a requirement of the university. Not you may, you must. He is demanding success from these students.
You cannot wait until you are a senior to focus on your career options. The university has developed a new policy for student attire on campus, classroom attendance, and cell phone use in classrooms. Tuskegee students now have a dress code for public and professional places. The student handbook requires students to arrive on campus with a business suit and proper shoes for a business meeting. Students are prohibited from wearing revealing clothing in class, to the cafeteria, or in official settings like convocation. They're also not able to wear bedroom shoes, bonnets, or do-rags to class or the cafeteria. Faculty will be empowered to respond to students who are inappropriately dressed based on these guidelines.
I absolutely love every single word of that statement. Shout out Mr. Brown, the new president of Tuskegee University. I will buy you a beer. If you don't drink, let's sit down, have some tea, and chop it up. Now, let's get into this. Now, like I said, I love everything he said. And of course, the Black community is in an absolute uproar because why can't we dress how we want? A bonnet is not going to keep me from doing my work or listening in class. My do-rag is to protect my waves. Listen, guys, I don't know what happened since the 60s, but after we got all of our rights through the civil rights movement, we completely fell apart on almost every single level of social decorum. And I'm just going to focus on our mode of dress and our social appearance right now today. I could talk about so many things, but we're going to talk about mode of dress. Now, everyone knows, so you look up any photos of the 60s and beyond, all Black men, all Black women dresses, skirts. Men are in suits, ties, button downs, wingtip shoes, slacks, fedora hats. We knew how to present ourselves when we went out in public. And I know it was taught and it was handed down through our parents and our grandparents. What has happened since then? What has happened since the 60s? Do we all of a sudden get the mentality that, okay, now we got our right to vote and we can do any and everything we want now, so we're just not going to give a damn anymore? Everything has collapsed. Now, I have come up with this. I've been thinking about it because people like to call people like myself, people like Brandon Tatum, people like Paul King, people like Keisha Zed. They like to call people like us sellouts because we hold our Black community accountable. Y'all remember when Monique asked young Black women or Black women in general, please don't wear bonnets in the airport, baby? She said it nicely. So that proves that we don't care how it's said at all, no matter who it comes from. We have a problem with any type of criticism. And anybody who is trying to stand up to be able to wear bonnets, do-rags, house shoes, and pajamas in class have become the new Black sellouts. Yes, sellouts. Any of you people sagging your pants, wearing very unbecoming attire, very revealing attire for the women, super short shorts, revealing tops, men out here with very unflattering attire, sagging pants and clothes that don't fit, looking like you're about to go to sleep, but all you do is roll out of bed and you go outside looking like that. How embarrassing is that? Do you not feel any type of shame? Do you not feel any type of responsibility for your ancestors who fought, scrapped, and died for you? And for you to go outside and disgrace them in that way. And then to be actively fighting to be able to remain an embarrassment. I just don't get it. I don't understand. It's mind-blowing to me, mind-boggling, guys. It's mind-boggling how you just don't give a damn. You are the new sellouts. You've always been the sellouts. There's men out there that don't own a suit. You can't even call yourself a man if you don't own a suit. Oh, well, I don't have nowhere to wear a suit to. You know what? If you don't have anywhere to wear a suit to, that's a you problem, because you should be attending at least 2 or 3 events a year. Would that require you to wear a suit? What are we doing now? What are we doing? It's absolutely embarrassing when we have to do better than that, guys. We have to do better than that. Now, I recently came across another video where it was a hiring event, right? And of course, the Black students there came in sweatpants, T-shirts, bonnets, and do-rags, Crocs. I mean, who's raising you? And beyond who's raising you, don't you have the aptitude to be able to find out what you need to do in order to go to a hiring event and get a job? Now, listen, I was raised like many of you. I didn't have great guidance growing up. I just got to be honest. I didn't have a suit for a long time. You know, I wore button downs, things of that nature. I love to dress, but for whatever reason, wearing a suit in the Black community is taboo. It's a faux pas. Why? I can't even count how many suits I have now. I love to dress like this. Now let's check out this video, guys, of more embarrassing Black students at a hiring event. And they're laughing about it as they see their competition in life, the white people, the Asian people walking by in suits, guys. Check this video out.
Everybody here are these unemployed candidates, who's our best investment? She's like, hey, we showed up looking like this, and the competition there showed up in suits and ties. Let's check it out.
See, and this is what happens when you have an entire generation of dumb that get on the internet and tell you that everything you do, having decorum, having a standard for yourself, and dressing appropriately in appropriate attire for appropriate situations, everything like that, black people having a standard is kissing up to the white man or basing themselves off European standards and Eurocentric standards. You got a group of young black people thinking it's so funny showing up to a hiring event and they're in sweatpants, Jordans, Crocs, and t-shirts, do-rags and shit on. And she's smiling like that shit funny. And they're like 21 years old.
Exactly. How do you see your competition coming to get all the jobs that you claim aren't available? Dressing in suits, you're dressed like you're going to bed. How are you there and you're laughing? Are you just laughing at your life? And this is what builds the excuse Olympics, because they're going to grow up. They're going to all get in a room one day and they're going to complain about jobs that they went on interviews for or tried to get and they didn't get hired. And they're going to just say, oh, the white man is holding me back, holding me down. I got to go be an entrepreneur. I can't work for nobody. Yeah, you got to do that if you don't go into these settings dressed appropriately, because look at this. Look at this. I've hired people before to work for my company, right? And image is everything. And I'm in the design world, so image is even more. But if you come into my establishment looking like that, I'm not even going to conduct an interview. I'm just going to say, you know what? We just hired somebody before you walked in. And then I'm going to coach you on how you need to do better. I used to work for this company and I was involved in the hiring process, right? And I promise you, I guarantee you, it was always only the black people who would come in with shorts on, T-shirts, needing to take baths. Now, I know this is about look, but like, we can smell you too. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Don't you research anything? I know clearly your parents haven't taught you a damn thing, because we see the older generation also online in bonnets and do-rags out in public acting a fool. We see that already. We see the black fatigue videos. We see that happening. So it's very unfortunate that this is trickling down to our kids, and it's going to continue to perpetuate the negative stereotypes. Now, all these things that we're trying to tell you, which is number 2 here, is just to prepare you for the real world. This is the real world. Did you see these gentlemen, these white gentlemen and Asian gentlemen walking by in suits? Their parents taught them well. Even if they didn't, they looked around and saw, this is what I need to do to get to where I want to get. Now, black people, we sit around and talk about where we want to get all day, but we don't look around and research how we need to go about doing things to get to that goal. That's the problem. And a lot of times I think it's because we don't think we can even get there, because we've seen so many of us fail that we think we're going to fail also. But guess what? Those before you have failed because they haven't looked into what it takes either. Anecdotal, real quick. I was once like you, or like these kids, because you may not be like these kids watching the video, but I was once like these kids. I had an epiphany one day and I was like, I am just as good as everybody else, if not better. But when I go outside and I present myself to the world, they can't tell. The world can't tell. They can't tell how you speak. They couldn't tell how I looked, how I handled myself in certain situations. So I worked on that, guys. Now, clearly, these people haven't grown up with what it takes. So you're going to have to go back and learn what it takes in the real world. I've gotten opportunities in life just from my appearance. I've gotten opportunities that I was not even qualified for, and I knew it. But once I got into the position, I researched it and I learned what to do. So a lot of times, guys, you can get something just from wearing a suit, just from wearing a particular dress, just from combing your hair, taking off that bonnet, brushing those waves out, and take it off in enough time so the imprint that's not still on your head by the time you get to the interview, man. Come on, guys, let's do better. Now, point number 3 I want to talk about. This builds good habits. Now, when you know you got to get up, maybe you got to iron your shirt, which would be a good idea if you do it before the night before. But if you got to iron, you got to get ready. You got to, do certain things, because to dress well, it takes a little bit more time than roll out of bed in what you're wearing and then, drinking a cup of coffee and grabbing your keys and rolling out the door. It takes a little bit more time. It would teach you timeliness, because that's also something that we also have an issue with, being on time. Get up, get ready, iron your clothes, get an iron. First of all, let me tell you this. I was working with a young man. I think he was about 21, 22 years old. And, I come to work looking how I look every day. And he comes to work, sometimes with sweatpants on and everything's wrinkled from A to Z. I'm like, man, you got to iron your clothes. He told me, Unc, I don't deal with that type of technology. My generation does not deal with that type of technology. If your generation isn't ironing their clothes, I'm going to tell you, for the people who are listening to what I'm saying right now, you have it easy if you want to present yourself right to the world and become successful, because this is the type of stuff that you're dealing with. And this is your competition in a world that has become very relaxed. And it's not only black people, but it's mostly black people. The relaxed state of our youth is astonishing. So just to try a little bit will get you so much further. And the ceiling is in outer space at this point in time if you just try. You just have to try, guys. You just have to try. And doing this will teach you new grooming habits. You should want to go outside looking your best every day. It makes you walk differently. It makes you walk with your back straight, your chin up, looking like you belong where you're supposed to be, looking like you own things. And people respect that, whether or not they say something to you at the time or not. They note that in their head mentally and subconsciously. They treat you different. They speak to you differently, and they offer you opportunities that you never thought could be available to you. I got an opportunity of a lifetime yesterday, and they told me it was because they were looking at my YouTube channel, and everybody in that group was like, we love how he looks, what he represents. I didn't ask for that opportunity. I wasn't thinking about that opportunity, nothing. But it's how I was presenting myself on my tiny little channel on YouTube that I told them about. I got an opportunity of a lifetime, and I believe that opportunity is going to play extremely large dividends moving forward in the next couple of years. Just because I put on a suit every day and record videos. Guys, the opportunities are out there if you just put forth some type of effort. And it's not just professionally, guys. It could be socially. You could change your whole friend circle. You could find the person of your dreams, because instead of wearing your pajamas to go to the grocery store, you put on a nice pair of pants and a polo shirt. I'm not telling you guys you got to wear suits everywhere, but people notice. People will speak to you. People will offer you things. Just try it. Just try it and see the difference. Now, with that being said, the fourth point I want to touch on is that how once things are implemented like this new dress code at Tuskegee, shout out Mr. Brown again for doing what he's doing out there. Once things are implemented like this again, and hopefully all other HBCUs take note and do the same thing, because it starts with our youth. Imagine if we had thousands, tens of thousands of graduates yearly who have this mentality of, I have to dress my best. I have to dress for success everywhere I go. Imagine what that would do to the Black community socially, because we are known for sagging pants, tech fleece, do-rags, bonnets, flip-flops. Imagine if it was the 60s again and we were known for suits, pencil skirts, fedoras, high heels, and wingtips. Imagine what that would do to us. Also, it will bring down so much of the negativity and the depravity in our community. Because I don't know many people who want to go out and shoot up people wearing a suit. Unless we just start becoming mobsters or something. But I believe it will just decrease so many of the negative things in our community, in our Black community. And it will make everything, it will change the aspect that other people have on us. Granted, we have that mentality of, I don't care what nobody think. That's the problem. That's how we got where we are today, to the point where a president of a university has to come in and implement a dress code, guys. That's sad and embarrassing. And the worst part about it is there are people online trying to fight to be able to wear bonnets and do-rags in public. It's absolutely embarrassing. But I have hope for the future. I have hope for the youth. I'm going to continue to preach what I'm preaching, continue to keep telling our people and everybody to change your mode of dress. If you're too relaxed, go on Amazon. They're not that expensive. Get you at least one suit, a couple button downs. It's not expensive. You could get one for how much you spend on these Nike tech fleeces, things of that nature. Change how you dress. You change your opportunities in life. Guys, leave your comments down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about Mr. Brown, the new president of Tuskegee, and how he is implementing this dress code. Tell me what you think about the Black community. Do we need to do better? Do the people arguing for wearing bonnets and do-rags, house shoes and flip-flops out in public in classroom, do they have a point or do they not? Give me the HBO special. That's the Help a Brother Out special with a like, a subscribe, and hype this video. Until next time, this is the Black American channel of the free and the brave.